the day is always so beautiful. Clear skies, coast life, you know. My name is Ongombe. Welcome to today's video. I'm wearing a glove on one hand, but not on this hand because I got a cut, you can see. So always wear protection, always wear your rubber. Today I have the go-kart and I'm going to start off with the steering system. So I'm gonna be mounting a couple of brackets or just some pieces or rectangular pieces that will hold these two brackets together so that the steering, I don't know what it's called, maybe the axle thing, the one with the black boots, generally is in one place, and we need that so that the steering system actually works whenever we turn the wheel. And there's a couple of other things that I'm going to attempt, although they are not particularly urgent. The first one is, well, it is going to affect the driving experience, but the first one is I need to angle this seat downwards a bit, so it depends on how much time that will take. And then I need to mount the pedals for the accelerator and the brake. And is there anything I'm doing back here? I also need to see that box over there, that's the battery. I also need to figure out where to mount that. Some over here, and then the controller is somewhere inside that box. You see the silver thing? That's the controller. I also need to mount it somewhere on the go-kart, just so that we can reach a certain standard of completeness. Again, thanks for tuning in. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. It will really help out with the growth of the channel and the business itself. And with that, let's get to it. So look what we have here. So these brackets, just chopped them up and did a 45-degree angle so that I could fit these bolts, although I could still potentially shorten these bolts, but I'm not going to at this time because I might need them a bit later for maybe a different bracket. I am going to redo this go-kart at some point in the future, just to get all the dimensions right. So this is just a prototype. So the point I wanted to make here is this: whenever you are trying to fit something accurately, the best approach to take is to bolt it directly on the part that you're trying to fit. Bolt it firmly, and then place it where you want to place, where it's supposed to go. That way, whenever you take off these bolts, you don't have to worry about these brackets shifting. And that's what we have. So what I want to do next is just measure out the center place of this, let me call it the axle, the front axle, and then start the welding process for these two brackets. And then the connecting rods will go into the steering column for the first time. This can only be one of two things: tears of joy or sweat from. We got steering mounts. Yep. So what I want to do next is unbolt this and clean up those welds, do a final pass if some of the parts are not completely well welded, and attach the steering rods, put it back together and attach the steering rods, and I'll be done with that part. So the next thing will be this section that I'm currently holding. Has this piece of pipe with bearings on both ends that needs to be welded somewhere on the chassis. So that's the next thing I'm gonna work on, and we'll finally be able to do wee So this piece is supposed to go somewhere in here like that, and we have a free spinning steering wheel. Maybe people will see us rolling and start eating. So twende kazi. Hapa supposed to fit square tube on a circular surface, something like that. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I mean, I didn't know how to do any of this, but I figured it out. Oh, what I want to do next is figure out how to position this tube relative to the steering column that goes from here to here. I might need to twist this thing depending on the angle that I was talking about earlier for the, I think they're called universal joints, CV joints. And then we'll have a steering system complete for the day and move on to something else. So we made this mount it, and the reason for that is, first of all, I need to make a slice. Come close. I need to make a slice and bend these downwards a bit, so that I can angle them and re-weld them for proper positioning of the front seat. Well, they won't be seat. So kazi ianze. At least the seat is lower. So you just need to weld on this side. Where's my welding? This is so much better. This is amazing. Back. Okay, so now we have to figure out this part. Something like that. Okay, time to start planning. First I need some water. I'm dying. Hi my people, tuendelee kuchapa works. So bit of an update. We ran out of storage space, so just decided to pause on shooting, but in the meantime I decided to weld this piece that will hold onto the steering. I have Mutuku there setting up time-lapse, and I also lowered the seat quite a bit, which opens up a bunch of room at the back for me to be able to mount the battery. So it'll go somewhere over here, and it's actually more comfortable to sit in. So after I'm done with this section, I'll probably just go straight ahead to mounting the pedals, and we should have a steerable vehicle. God damn, yeah, making progress. Okay, this is inefficient. Hook. Sometimes you get a step back.
Yeah, and just
picture.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. And another. It will be tricky because I don't think there's a weld on these pieces without knowing exactly where it goes. Wait, is there any go backwards?